Time is greater than money, right? 10 tips to live life. So you want to buy less, you want to make more. We're native people. We don't did this whole buying economy, that's for uncreative people. Creative people know how to band-aid, know how to use duct tape, know how to use screws and screwdrivers and hammers and nails, how to repair things and create new things. We got to be more conscious of how we use things. We got to be more frugal and better stewards of our environment, of our earth. So this is tip number one. We got to buy less, we got to make more. Another reason you want to buy less, you want to do it before this next president gets in office, because the first thing he's going to do is raise taxes. How's he going to raise taxes? He's already said it. He wants to put tariffs on all imports from Mexico, China, which is like 25% extra tax. So welcome to Puerto Rico, America. It's the Jones. Step two, you want to take your time. You don't get any of these moments back. So you want to make sure you maximize them and you be as effective in the present, in the now as you can be, right? Later lives in your brain. Before lives in your brain, it's a memory. Now is all that is. This world tries to distract you from the now because now is where you're most powerful. They want you to think about later, about before, about what you did, feel guilty, feel scared for the future. All this bullshit, all that shit is control, yo. And if you control your mind, none of that gets in. That's a weak psyop to distract you from the power that you wield, and that is your responsibility to wield for all of us, because we all hold this power. So if one of us walks with the power, that's what a Martin Luther King looks like. That's what a Malcolm X looks like. That's what an Albizu Campos looks like. Only one person walking with the power. Oh, you're going to have people walking with them, but there's only one person leading that. And we need all of us to come together, all of our nations to reunite, our indigenous nations, our African nations. Indigenous is African, please believe. When we say indigenous, indigenous is Africa. Africa is the start. All right, so I lost myself on this time rant. And I found myself again. Take your time, right? You earn time at work, take your time. Don't retire with 1 million fucking hours in the books. What the hell is that? What kind of life is that? That tells me you did not live your life in the present. That tells me you put your life off for some time later in the future when everything was going to be perfect. And that is a toxic thought. Get that shit out of your head. There's never a perfect time. There's never a perfect time to have a kid. There's never a perfect time to start a company. And then there is, and that is now. Now is the perfect time because now is the only time. So take your time and make it now. You are divine and your time is important and irreplaceable. So value your time as such. Don't let anybody place value on your time that's less than what you think. Don't let anybody devalue your time. Trust me, they want you there. If they didn't want you there, they wouldn't ask for your time. So negotiate with your time. Your time is is your first resource to negotiate with. That's what you negotiate salary with. I'm going to be here for X hours and get X dollars. And I'm going to do X, Y, Z responsibility. So value your time. And only you can place the value on the time for yourself. Nobody else can do this for you. Not your moms, not your pops. Yo, I love my family. I love my moms. You know what I'm saying? I had to see myself as an artist all my whole life. All my whole life. I had to do it. I had to walk. So when you have that propulsion, you know what I'm saying? That self-motivation, that self-sustainability. I'm going to go. I want to do this and I'm going to sustain myself while I do this, right? Now that's making the most of your time. Step 4, right? You took your time, you valued your time, and now you got to make the most of your time. Now you have to learn time management. You got to learn how to get the most things done in the least amount of time. Get the most things done with the least amount of work. And that means working smarter and not harder. You see, we're in a labor economy and they're forcing a lot of people to go back to school to get labor jobs. Why? Because a lot of people are making a lot of money and they don't want to do work. They don't want to do work. They don't want to do labor work, right? They're like, I did my work on my brain today. I thought I did what I had to do. I made my money before I woke up, right? So we're going to talk about time and money, putting them together with investments. That's step 5. Now you putting time and money together. Oh yeah, now you're building power, right? Now you can get residuals. Now you can get royalties. Now you can accrue compound interest, right? With time. Time and money. You need time and money for both those things. I look greasy as shit. This shower. It's sweaty in here. I like it though. I like it hot. How do we get interest to compound, right? The best investment right now is Bitcoin. I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but the biggest investment company in America, called Blackwater, has a majority of their portfolio invested in Bitcoin. El Salvador, the nation of El Salvador, has converted all of their country's currency to Bitcoin. My man Odell Beckham Jr., NFL wide receiver, asked for all of his NFL salary in Bitcoin maybe like 5-6 years ago. How you think he's feeling about that? Bitcoin has gone from $30,000 to $90,000 in this season, in this fall of 2024, right? In this fall of 2024. So I'm not talking about all of Bitcoin life, because if you wasn't in before that, you missed out. You missed out. You can get in on the new cryptos that are, similar to that Bitcoin growing phenomena. So investing, you got to invest your money. You got to figure out what you like to invest in. I like to invest in innovation, in the future. Flying cars. There's a company called Terrafugia, and they invented the first flying car, man. I've been investing in this company so long. I want the first car, yo. Them Jones is crazy. It looks like an old, there used to be this cartoon called Mask. It was like a transformer car, and the cars would transform into other vehicles. So, their Terrafugia looks like the sedan. It looks like an old Nissan Maxima Boxy with gold wing doors that come out like wings. And they fold up to fit into a garage, a regular garage. Anyway, like I said, I like future shit, so I like to invest in those things. I like to invest in myself, right? So I own my own intellectual property. I wrote a book. I wrote 9 songs. Copyright, publish, own. And now I can license. Now I can lend you these items. Now I can go speak about these items. And I'm the only one that can speak about these items because I own them outright. You feel me? Ownership. So, after you create an idea, that's cool. That's fun. That's nice. A lot of us do that. What do you do with the idea after that to monetize it? How do you own it so that you can actually get paid to share it? Right? So these are time and money concepts. So now you're getting into Time is Greater Than Money Volume 2. Right? Time is Greater Than Money Volume 1 was about how you see your time, how important you should value your time, and how effective you should be in managing your time. And Time is Greater Than Money Volume 2, we're going to talk about building on those concepts, right? So now you got the time part now. So now I'm assuming that because you got the time part now, your money part is right too, right? Because you did the right thing with your time. So now your money's coming in nice and effortlessly, easily. So now you got to figure out what to do with your money. And money works best with time, because you could run out of all your time and your money could still work for you. But if you don't value your time first, your money can never get back up there. So you got to invest time, not just money. Your time investment is the most rewarding investment you can make, right? Because we invest our time in the people we love, in our families, in our loved ones, in our romantic loves. We invest that time because that's really what life is about, right? Our pets. Our life is about enjoying life, man. The meaning of life is to live, right? And if the meaning of life is to live, then the talents that we have, the gifts that we have, are not to be kept for ourselves, they're to be given. So invest your time, give your time to other people, give back to your community, all right? Give back to people that need. Remember where you were before you got to where you are, and reach back and give some knowledge, drop some gems, put some money out there for people, all right? Be generous, man, all right, with your time. Be generous with yourself. You're infinite. Why would you limit what you can give when you are infinite? You are a divine being. Give it all. Trust me, there's a lot of energy out there for you. You give it all, you go to sleep, you wake up the next day refreshed. Ain't that magic? It's healing. It's how we meant to be. We're in the Christmas spirit early. Go Enzo, go Evan. Lukey's gonna have fun with this one. It's a little felt Christmas tree put together, a little pre-joke. When you meditate and you take your time, you're gonna ask for things. You might have questions, and you might ask for answers to your questions. So something you gotta be conscious of in your time is when those answers return to you, and how you absorb those answers, how you really use those answers. The universe is very much like an old man sometimes. You know what I'm saying? An old person, let's say, a wise person, right? A wise person is not gonna waste their time on somebody who doesn't listen, right? I'm gonna share the wisdom. You're not gonna listen to the wisdom. I'm not gonna keep on repeating myself. I'm smart enough to know that. So when the answers come back from the universe, honor your epiphanies, right? The same way you honor your ideas and you honor your family and your mother and your father and this universe and your gods, you got to honor yourself. You got to honor your epiphany. Wow, I had this idea. This is a beautiful idea. How do I create it into the world? Honor your epiphany. Take yourself seriously. Love yourself first and give to yourself. Charity starts at home. It's not about being selfish, right? Because this is about how much you give your time, right? Because it's a linear graph, right? One side is selfish, one side is selfless, right? All I do is for other people and all I do is for me. You got to balance that right down the middle so that what you do for you also benefits other people. Be conscious. Be conscious of the way we raise our future sons and our daughters.